Yep, we're good.
There we go. We fixed it all. So right now we're having technical difficulties because Facebook is kind of not liking that we're going live as much as we possibly are. So do me a favor, if you want to keep watching us and hear from this amazing man, do us a favor and go over and check us out on YouTube and Twitch. There will be no issues there whatsoever. So we have Mr. Randall Cole from Feast on Fallen. He is the lead singer, that amazing voice that you guys got to hear at the beginning of the show. And he's our first talent here on the underground. So let's get straight into the interview. So want to thank him so much for his time. So welcome to the underground, and thank you for coming on BTMX. To talk to us.
Hey, what's going on, man? Sorry, I was just doing something else real quick.
It's okay, you're multitasking. So So I got my team telling they can hear me now. So basically, normally you guys see face paint. That'll be later on the show. I just wanted to make sure that we got straight into his interview with no mistakes. So, what gave you the idea to go with the genre that you've been rocking out into? What guided you that way?
Well, I guess whenever we formed as a band, we had the idea of metal in mind, baseline heavy metal. We tried out a few things, and we kind of found out what really stuck, I guess. We kind of mixed in that with the hardcore punk genre, kind of mixed in like a little bit of death metal, like lots of subgenres. We threw them together, and we made our own unique sound, I think. A lot of inspiration from a lot of bigger bands. And there's Pat. He made it.
Hey, what's up?
So welcome to the show. You finally got here.
Yeah, finally.
What happened? Was Google being weird?
Yeah, every time I would try to go to it, it would just send me to like the Google Hangouts main like website page.
Hey, that's weird.
Here we go.
But that link you sent though worked, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey.
There we go.
Now we're starting to get everybody.
there we go.
So thank you guys for coming on BTMX tonight. I just wanted to tell you straight up from being one of your guys' fans, thank you for the music that you guys make. I don't know if you have many fans walking up to tell you this, but I want to thank you because there's a lot of your music that I use to have my own voice sometimes, because there's a lot of people that use music to have a voice, and there's a lot of your music hits on note with some a lot of what other people are dealing with. So thank you for taking time out of your lives and actually showing everybody your amazing talent.
Yeah, man, that means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So, how did you guys originally meet? Like, how did the band actually form into Feast on the Fallen?
Well, so I've explained this before. Pat and I were in a band previously before this band was a thing. When that band that didn't really have a long shelf life. That band kind of fell apart. So after that ended, we were still looking to play music, and we were just kind of looking around to see who else was into what we were into. We were able to find Steve out of the funniest place on planet Earth, Craigslist. So yeah, I met him in a White Castle parking lot. We traded pots and pans, and it just went from there.
White Castle, where's this White Castle at?
Ohio.
I don't know, right?
So, where do you guys see the entire band at in 5 years? Do you guys see you guys like signing with anybody, or are you guys always going to be like your own label?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I personally, I'd like to go bigger. There's a lot of bands who are doing it right now on their own thing. They don't need a major label. And mad respect to them, because if you're able to do it that DIY style, it's a lot more work, but it pays off, if you know what you're doing.
For sure.
I think what in the next 5 years, I would like to be on something, something pretty large, pretty national, international of some degree. But I guess we'll just kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, social media has allowed you to do a lot of stuff that you used to go, hey, I need to figure all this out. I need to get my music. Now you can get it out SoundCloud, and you can have people listening to stuff. So
It's way easier to get stuff everywhere than it used to be. But
So right now, we have your amazing band on our show, and just to let you guys know, BTMX actually goes global. So right now, around the world, they're actually getting to hear your voices.
It's awesome.
So right now we have a lot of people going ahead writing comments, and we have Mama Berserker. She's actually my gaming squad leader's mom. She's saying hi and welcome to BTMX.
Thanks.
She enjoys your music. She watches every shows. I know how I originally met how I was introduced to your guys' music was through Jana. To be honest, she's the one that introduced me to your band, probably like by posting about you guys when you guys were back around Halloween last year. So with with COVID coming out, was it hard for you guys to stay together and do what you need to do as a band, or more was it like a breather so you guys could come out more refreshed?
It's harder to get shows, but we got some recording done, so that was kind of
I would agree with that. We were kind of due for a new recording, and luckily we found our engineer Jay, who was willing to do that for us over the past year after our SEA EP release. So a lot of last year was strictly dedicated to that. I think that was the same principle for a lot of other bands too.
yeah, did some recording, thought of some new stuff, and did take that little bit of a break, but everybody's got to take a break sometime.
So do you guys see you guys anytime in the future doing any live concerts? Or are you guys performing already on where we're at?
Yeah, I mean, we're performing now. We did one show so far, and we have what, 4 lined up right now?
We have like
four,
four, and then I've been getting hit up with a bunch of different inquiries, and I put this whole list together of shows to play. So I expect to play a lot within the next couple months to a year.
Yeah, I'm excited because a couple highlights include a music festival in our local town, Millvale, and then another one that's opening up for Soulfly. Used to be Sepultura.
That'll be a big one. Yeah,
it's pretty significant actually. It's nice to actually come back from all this, and it's like boom, boom, boom. Who knows what's next? Like Whitechapel. Who knows?
So who would you say is some of your guys' biggest inspirations for you guys to do music? Who gives you guys the push in the right way, and what gives you that creative feeling to come together and make the amazing music that you guys do?
Personally, I think a lot of us come from really different background, but like similar but different backgrounds. I know everybody in the band has their preferred inspiration, but there are definitely a lot of bands that we all kind of look at in the same light. What would you say who's your like base inspiration, Kareem?
Probably Kill Switch Engage is what I started, because I'm like, oh, they got hardcore punk and metalcore, and they did it really well. But it's not just them. It's As I Lay Dying is really good. The new album was, amazing. Any Given Day. And then there's other ones like Beartooth, even For Fallen Dreams most recently, and even The Ghost Inside.
Yeah, a lot of those are pretty big. For me, a lot of old school metalcore. God, I mean, like even new metal to like Slipknot is a ginormous inspiration to all of us. I know that. Anything. If you could get into doom metal, sludge metal, punk, I could pull stuff from days.
Steve and his southern twang of his countryside.
Yeah. I mean, like everybody has their own thing, man. I mean, everybody's got a different genre background. I think that's what makes it kind of unique.
Definitely punk somewhere lies in this, like The Exploited, The Casualties. If you have a mohawk and you're singing about like
anarchy.
That's typical go-to.
So, if you guys could collab with anybody in the world, like right now, if you could choose any person you wanted, what band or person would you collab with?
Yellow Bafria from the
Dead Kennedys. Okay. Me personally, the Clash.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, honestly. There's too many different things I could pick from.
Yeah, there's God. If we were to collab with any band in the entire world. Okay, so wait, let's rephrase this question. Active or no longer active?
Active.
Active right now.
Isn't Nile is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Nile.
I would personally like to collab with. God, I don't even know, man. There's so many to choose from.
I'll make it fair. You get to choose 3. Only 3.
Only 3. Okay.
3.
I would say the one thing that comes to mind would be Bled Out, just because we are kind of similar genre.
Yeah.
Like you know, they're active now, so.
Let's do the Boys and the Dropout Kings. I like them a lot.
Okay.
Let's throw in Crowbar just because I love them so much.
Forgot about that.
And then let's do
since they're like some Turnstile, because I know you were just talking about that today.
I would love to do something with Turnstile. I don't know. Let's throw in what metalcore is fucking killing it right now. Crystal Lake.
Ooh,
those boys are awesome.
Crystal Lake, good stuff.
So when you guys were growing up, did you always knew that you were going to be in a musical career? Did you guys, this was your goal? Or did you guys kind of like just find this as you kind of got older to where this is what you were going
to be? For me personally, I never really considered it until like late high school. You know, I was always into music, you know, since middle school. I always loved it. But I was just like, you know, I don't know about like musical talent. And then as I got, you know, a little bit older, I was just like, I could probably do this. I'm going to do this, is what I should say. And kind of figured it out for myself, did it the DIY style. Bam, here I am.
Yeah, it's like I started playing drums when I was in 4th grade, or 3rd grade, 4th grade, whatever it was. And I played in band all through until I graduated high school, and I was in marching band and stuff like that. So I was already playing in front of bigger crowds and whatnot. Like we do Bands of America and all this other stuff. And whether it was like I knew I wanted to play, whether it was anything bigger or it was just a bar or a band playing at the weekend at a bar somewhere, you know, doing something like that even, you know. I just wanted to play in front of somebody somewhere, you know. Whether it was big, small, I just wanted it in my life somehow, you know, somehow.
Yeah. Same. I was playing, honestly, I picked up guitar when I was pretty young, just playing acoustic for a while, played drums. I had just a pretty big interest in music. Then when I actually got to see a lot of like punk shows when I was younger, and I got to meet the Casualties, I'm like, wow, this is pretty amazing. So then from there, in college, I picked up electric guitar, tried to, you know, form a band, but it was really challenging. Most recently, guitar player of this band, I was in a band with him, and that's how we found Randy and Pat. And I was like, wow, you're a guitarist here. What you want me to do? And he said, well, do you have a bass? I actually said, no. What would you want me to do? He said, well, we need a bass player. So I got a bass.
Go buy one.
And I'm like, I can do this. Looked up YouTube videos, tried some of the tutorials on there, and that's my story.
So you basically picked up your skills on bass from watching YouTube. That's amazing, because especially the way you guys sound. You guys really do have an amazing sound that keeps it very addictive. Like, your fans keep wanting to come back for more.
Hell yeah, man.
So, yeah, like, when I first heard you, I wasn't going to lie, I was kind of scared, because we get a lot of music sent our way, and I'm like, please be good. And then when I heard you guys, I'm like, I got to have them on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I've already technically had Randall once on our show as he was saying thank you to Jana. So I figured why not reach out to him again and get the band on the show and get the BTMX to hear more behind Feast on the Fallen. So the next question I have for you guys is who writes your guys' music? Do you do that, Randall, and then everyone just plays along to get the right tone, or who comes up with all the creations and then you guys bring to life?
In terms of lyricism, yeah, I'll come up with like the actual song lyrics itself. In terms of music, that's kind of all of us at the same time. Like, well, somebody will come up with something and we'll build around it, or we'll collab and see, like, okay, we want to make something that sounds like this. So let's take inspiration from this and make it our own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like start as, Steve will just be playing some random riff, and then I'll be like, ooh, I like that. Keep playing it. And then I'll think of something on drums and just keep building off of that. Or I'll come up with some random drum lick, and then I'll just be like, hey, I came up with this. Like, what do you guys think? Like, and then just goes from there.
Basically, sometimes I'll do a little bit of backup vocals, like in what we're coming out with now. I'll fill in. The fun part is sometimes when you're jamming, it just comes organically. Like, oh, that sounds pretty good. I was reading that. I think I read before. It's true that "Sweet Child of Mine" was just a guitar exercise, and it came in and said, "Wow, that's good. Turn it into a song." And when he's saying "Where do we go now?" he actually is like, "Where do we go?" Actually,
yeah, I didn't know that.
So that that's good. I read that, but it was interesting regardless.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's true or not, I mean, it's pretty accurate with with a lot of people, it seems.
Yeah.
So, with everyone watching, at any time, if you have any questions for this band, and if you don't remember what their name is, it's right there on the screen. It's Feast on the Fallen. Definitely go check them out. You can find their music on all major music platforms. They actually have an amazing Facebook you can go check out. Randall is not only a part of Feast on Fallen, he is also a photographer and model. What does is anything else that the band does, the other members, besides just the band?
Pat's a fisherman.
Yeah, I mean, that's more so just a hobby that I spend probably way too much money on. But
Creed, what are your extracurriculars?
Well, do you know what Fiverr is?
Oh God,
there it
is. Yeah, Creed makes about $14 million a year off of Fiverr.com. So.
And I do cryptocurrency videos and a bunch of other stuff,
which I'm into now too. I'm not really into it. I'm a set it and forget it kind of guy, but I have like almost $10 in crypto, so hell yeah.
Big baller.
Yeah.
BTMX actually has $220 in crypto coins.
Damn.
There you go.
Because there's actually a website called minds.com where you can actually put out your content like this and people pay to watch it. So
nice.
So Kareem, if you want to go ahead and send us your links for your videos and stuff on this, we'll actually post it up on BTMX, so the rest of the fans, if they want to get into that type of thing, they can actually go over and check out your page and make sure everything's going well. We're also going to be posting up Randall's page to his photography and stuff like that. And if you've been paying attention to BTMX Solve, you've already seen a lot of his photography going on, because he works kind of hand in hand most times with First Angel Media.
I do a lot. I definitely do a lot.
And then, as you can see, he was a fisherman because his very first picture was him with a big fish. So, if you need to know a good lure, he might tell you where to buy one.
Yeah.
So, back to the band. If you could play anywhere in the world, like whatever stage you wanted, where would the one place in the world you would want to go ahead and make sure your music was heard from?
Me personally, France, just because I have heard many, many, many good things about Hellfest. I've heard that the fandom over there for heavy music is unlike any other in the entire world. So there.
Yeah, like I was thinking something like the Download Festival or any of those like
UK,
big, crazy, huge ones that are like Germany or wherever else, like, or we're going back to the old school, bring back like 2000, 2001, like Ozfest, like that would be primo.
So, when is your next music video about to drop? Do you guys have any ideas when that's going to be coming out?
Well, we're finishing up the recording first, and we do have we do have plans to do one. It's just going to be getting the recordings done first, and then taking the music video into account. But we do have a couple outlets that we're ready to utilize for it, so it should be pretty dope.
Yeah, because you were saying about your friend has all that other cool stuff that we can use.
It's a whole thing we can film it. Yep.
That should be fun. Good times.
So, do any of you ever get to the point where you ever just feel low from like too much things going in life? Does it ever stop you from music? And if it doesn't, what helps you keep going as a band, even when it's hard?
That's a very insightful question.
The reason why the question is because here at BTMX, we try to make sure a lot of things are around mental health awareness, so they can see inspiration from amazing people like you who are still being creative and showing your gift to the world, so they can go ahead and maybe hear some positive or how other people navigate through being down but still being successful.
I guess if I were to say anything, I'd say that like sometimes I get so caught up in progressing that I kind of have the grass is greener on the other side kind of vision a little bit. So I'll look at us, and then I'll compare us automatically to Carnifex or Cannibal Corpse, or like these big conglomerate bands that everybody loves, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like I know that people like us, but like people don't like us like that yet. But then you got to remember that everything takes structure, and that the grass is always greener if you have that point of view. You can only go so far, and if I were to compare myself to now compared to 5 years ago, I'd still see it and just be like, holy shit, how did that guy get there?
Right. Yeah, like I said, it's like the one thing. It's just like, the grass is greener on the other side, but it's also greener where you water it. You put the work in, you get there eventually. Not every band becomes that same level right overnight. Some of these bands, they'll be together for years and years and years before they even get anything, compared to like what some of the stuff that we play, or even like the Soulfly show. Like there's plenty of bands that I know that like have never even open for anything bigger than just other local bands.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
I think it comes down to finding inspiration from like other stuff like that you really, really enjoy. Like I'll listen to Times of Grace. A lot of their new stuff came out, and I'm like, wow, okay. This kind of gives me inspiration, and seeing what other people are doing. It's interesting, like seeing, Jesse Leach post about a lot of the stuff he's gone through. Kind of puts in perspective that even these big acts, hey, they go through stuff. They have hard times. They have issues with, substance problems. They have depression. And it kind of gives me like, oh, okay, I'm not really the only one who experiences this stuff. So,
yeah, like Tyler from Traders, he's always like advocating for mental health and everything, because he's same way as a lot of these other bands. Like they were a smaller band starting out, and he thought that they were going to go nowhere, and because people wouldn't watch them, he's like, why am I doing this? And he stuck with it, and now look at them.
It is called the law of attraction.
Yeah.
If you put yourself in the right place and you mentally believe that you can get somewhere, you will achieve something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most definitely, thank you for that answer, because like when I started BTMX, I was starting to see that when COVID first happened, a lot of amazing bands like you were not having a voice because you guys couldn't go out like you used to, or you guys just were being passed because nobody took the time to take a look. And now my whole goal is to see amazing bands like yours and have the world see you for truly who you are, not only as amazing musicians and artists, but also as amazing people as well, so they can connect with you not only through your music but the U.S. people. So I thank you, because honestly, your guys' music is very inspirational. I use a lot of it for when I do my artwork. I don't know if you guys seen my artwork. You can check it out on BTMX.
Yeah, I think I've seen it before.
Yeah, I use a lot of I use music to express myself. So for somebody who does suffer from mental health issues, to have a band like yours to come out with amazing music the way it does, and helps me, express myself in a great way. I want to go ahead and tell you thank you straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. I mean, that really means a lot to me that someone would, use that in the same way that I would listening to some of my favorite bands,
And that's the whole point, because I think you guys are going to grow really, really fast, because you guys seem like you guys are on the right path to success, and you guys all seem like you guys got your head in the game, and that you're 1 foot, forward instead of looking behind you. So the next question I would have for you guys is, for these newer artists that are coming out, everywhere, what would be your advice to them when they're just getting fresh to the scene? What can you suggest to them so they become more successful?
For a brand new artist, really, you just got to be smart about what you're doing. I feel like a lot of younger bands will start out and they'll just be like, okay, here's our game plan. We're gonna do this, and we got to do it a certain way. I would suggest not thinking that way. I would suggest doing your research and kind of seeing what made your favorite bands successful. Look at who inspired you. What did they do to get to where they are? Avoid things that will not benefit you in the slightest manner, and communicate, network, talk to people, because real people will tell you it's bullshit, and fake people will try to exploit you for anything.
I would tell people, find out where your inspiration is, and don't quit, even though at first it's going to seem like not much is happening. I'm not where I want. I haven't projected, and I thought I was going to do this, and this. Find inspiration, see what you really want to do, and get after it, and what you want to sound like. And it helps to really, really take that spirit of metal and say, hey, if there's something in society that I don't like, or that I have discontent with, or a problem with, whatever that is, then you can actually use that as fuel to get to there. Cattle decapitation isn't exactly happy about how animals are treated. So if there's something in society you're saying, well, I see there's a problem here, you can also use that as inspiration as well.
Because it inspires other people too.
Right.
Do you have anything to add to it, Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what all they said. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
What about Off the Soulfly?
There it is. There it is. Always with the jokes.
So the next question I have for you is going to be kind of funny. Is what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you when you guys were out playing? Did you have anything weird ever happen to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some I don't know if I should talk about. The weirdest thing. What's the weirdest thing that ever happened?
I could.
Kareem, how about you take this one?
Okay, so we were on tour, Tennessee, and we decided to frequent some different clubs.
Oh God, that one.
We may have entered, when the person in front was asleep, and that was kind of fun, and we left. So
didn't have to pay the entry fee to get in said club because the person was on their phone with headphones in and paid no mind of us standing there.
Nope.
So.
Yeah. And then me, Randy, and Steve, the guitarist, are like, oh, our phones are dead, so we get a ride from a random lady. She brought us food. She was actually pretty cool. I was like, okay, Southern hospitality is awesome. And then she drops us off. She's like, where's your hotel? And I'm like, yeah, here somewhere. And then we walked around for about 2 hours, maybe hour and a half, something, trying to charge our phones off random things in the yard and trying to figure out, like, where are we at? Where's our hotel?
You got picked up by who?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I left because at first I left to go find a bathroom. Couldn't find one in the entire building because I ended up going in like a closet or something. I don't even know what it was. And then, so I just leave. I'm walking down the road. I see this homeless woman come across the road. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm by myself. There's nobody else around. I'm like, uh-oh. And then she comes up asking if she have for blankets and like never asked for money or anything like that. I was like, I don't know. I'm not from here. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to get away, you know? And like, probably 10 seconds after she started to talk to me, I hear a car roll up. I look over my shoulder. It's a cop car, and he calls the lady by her name, and I'm just like, wow. And I just keep walking, you know. And then he comes up to me a minute later, and he's like, hey, did you say anything to her? I'm like, no. I was like, she was just asking me about blankets and whatnot, and I just, you know, said, I'm not from here, obviously. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, she's known for prostitution and stealing stuff from people. I was like, oh, I'm glad you showed up. And he's like, all right, have a good night. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then them guys showed up like 2 hours later, and us and the guys in Nine Stitch Method were sitting at the Airbnb drinking moonshine. And then when them finally showed up at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, 3, 4 in the morning.
That whole tour situation, and the other tour situation at a little place called Skatopia. That's
that doesn't even need like explanation. You just look the place up on the internet and you'll know exactly.
Find some YouTube videos, you'll see. We almost got run over. We didn't fall asleep till 6 o'clock in the morning because that's when the bands played till. We slept on the side of a hill in our fucking van.
You leaving yet?
Yeah, you leaving yet? You leaving yet? I'm about to if you keep asking me, Bruce. Go, oh my god.
Leaving yet?
That man is something else.
Yeah. So you definitely took a couple wrong turns.
Right. Yeah.
Have you noticed most of the horror movies down south are from? You just don't go out where you're not as a group.
Yeah.
So definitely thank you guys for coming on our show. I know you guys. We can't wait for you guys to release some more music. We're definitely going to be posting all the links we possibly can to you right after this show. So, do you guys have merch and stuff for them to buy? Who's watching?
Yes. We have everything is up on our website at feastonthefallen.bigcartel.com. We have everything on there, and then obviously shows. We carry everything with us too.
So, like every show you guys do, there'll actually be merch there for somebody to grab.
We got T-shirts, we got CDs, we've got some hoodies left, I think. We got like some long sleeves, and we have tickets for a couple of our upcoming shows. So if you're interested in Soulfly at the Craft House on August 31st or Signs of the Swarm at Preserving Underground on September 26th, we have tickets for both of those.
And it's got koozies, stickers, magnets.
Yeah. Hey, there's Steve. Look.
Hey. Shut up.
So now we got. It's almost. He came towards the end.
Yes. Unfortunately.
But you know what? Thank you for taking time out and finally getting to come on with us. Like I was telling the band, thank you guys for your music. So once again, guys, if you don't know who these gentlemen are, this is the band Feast on the Fallen. They're an amazing heavy metal band. If you want to get off your feet and want to punch somebody in the face, they got the great music for it. But they also got music to help express yourself if you're angry and alone. So definitely go check them out. He just got done talking about concert dates. What were the prices for the tickets again?
So the Soulfly concert tickets I think they're $20. Signs of the Swarm ones are $13.
Is there any way for people to request who want, like, if they want to be up front and stuff? Because I know some venues have that. Is there a special way for them to get up close to the stage to you?
I think most of what what we're doing. Those 2 shows at least. I think it's all general admission. I don't think there's any kind of
yeah, they can just run right on up stage.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
Now, when you guys are done at the end of the concert, do you guys have do a meet and greet with your fans, or do you guys just go back and relax, or do you go out amongst your fans and talk to them?
Usually, most of the time I'm the last one that comes back because drums takes forever. But yeah, we'll usually come back, hang out at the merch table, and talk to whoever, hang out at the bar or whatever if there is one, and usually find us just hanging out around the venue most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or hanging around the parking lot.
Or that.
Everybody else.
So, I'm sorry, Steve, that our link didn't work until now. We apologize. Hopefully we can get you guys back on here around Halloween. Hopefully I can shoot for that, guys, with you.
Yeah,
and then
sounds cool.
Give everybody an update. But I want to go ahead and tell you once again, thank you from everybody here at BTMX for taking time out of your guys' life to come and talk to us. And also, truly, God honest, that thank you for taking your guys' time out of your guys' life to share your talent with people around the world. Between the internet and you guys touring and stuff like that, I think that you guys are going to become successful a lot faster than what you were before, especially with your guys' goal set. So, honestly, thank you so much.
That means a lot, man, and that means a lot to everybody who listens to our music in general. I couldn't ask for anything more out of it.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go because we got a little bit more other content we have to get to. I do apologize, but I want to tell you guys thank you for coming to be part of our 24-hour madness, meltdown, and thank you guys so much for all you do.
Yeah, of course.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this was Feast of the Falling, and you're gonna get all their links. They're gonna be up on our BTMX page. We're also going to get Kareem to send his information to his YouTube video for about crypto coins and stuff like that. You'll get to see Randall with his photography and some of the other projects he does, and Patrick will get some pictures of him fishing.
Yeah, dude, thank you. Thanks so much for having us on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you once again. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
All right, thank you guys so much, and you guys have a great night.
You too, man. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, shit. So thank you guys for coming to be part of the show. So far, we're doing so well. Sorry, the camera's kind of off. You're going to end up getting DJ Draxus soon. So we're going to go into a music intermission. We're going to go ahead and start out with some Solo at Death. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Keep remembering that this show is not ending. If you guys want to go ahead and see Feast on Fallen, definitely go check them out on all of the major platforms out there. We're going to be live constantly. We're just going to take a short music break so we can go ahead and I can bring out Draxus for you. You're going to have Sean Kudo. And guess who's coming on next? We're not done with the interviews. We're not done bringing amazing people to you guys' attention because we have the lead singer of Dying Oath who's going to be joining us next. And don't forget, after Dying Oath, later on tonight, we also have no other than the Brutal Babes of Brutal Business Entertainment. So keep that in mind. We're going to keep doing this. And then right after that, we're going to go into gaming straight over to Shadow Squad, but that's going to be right here on BTMX. We're going to keep kicking this off live. So we're going to go straight into intermission. We're not going to be gone long, so don't go nowhere. Remember to stay with us. I'm DJ Shadow. I'm about to go over and get some DJ Draxes for you guys and Sean Kudo, and we're going to make the motherfuckers get the shit ready. And we want to tell Feast on Fallen, thank you so much for being a part of our show. And I wasn't ignoring you guys. I just want to make sure we had, nobody was asking questions to the band. So, over to that. So we're going to keep continuing this. We're going to go over for intermission for like 3 to 4 minutes. Here to let you guys listen to some more amazing music. And while you guys are enjoying some Solo at Death, because that's what we're going to play just Silhouette Death. And then when we come back, you guys will hear a little bit of Dying Oath, and then you'll get to hear the woman behind the music with your crazy clown demon and your jackass from Sean Kudo 753. And then we're going to have an amazing time. Do not forget to share this. If you're watching us on Facebook, do us a favor. If anything happens, go over to YouTube and Twitch. We're not stopping this stream for nothing. Let us know how you guys feel about these amazing bands and artists that we're bringing to your attention. Don't forget that you guys have the power as well to ask questions. You guys are in charge of this as much as we are. And let's keep this going. Don't not forget to share this, a big share challenge. And straight at the root of business, and when we go into gaming, we're going to come back over to this show. And then you get to see Sean Kudo do his first interview ever with the Soul Snatchers. And then only after that, at 2 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, you also get MZNZ. But don't forget, at midnight, exactly at midnight, we're going to end up having no other than Twisted Psycho on here with his amazing music. He just got done dropping a new EP today. So let's go on to some Silhouette Death while I go get everybody, get their shit together and get back to you guys. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. Let us know in the comments. I see we got Mama Berserker in the house. Woohoo! We got Rayman the Berserker. If you don't know who Rayman the Berserker is, you guys have not been watching Shadow Squad. He is growing that team like a weed. He's getting it everywhere. We also got Sage from Soul Snatchers, who did an amazing show earlier. They're going to be making up their interview with no other than Mr. Goodbars later on this week. Life happens. It wasn't their fault. But guess what? You won't find this song anywhere else except for here. This is Silhouette Death with his new song off his new EP, going to be dropping in a couple weeks. Destroying Oneself.
fair, and you learn from it every day, and you try to put on a happy face. Well, I'm done trying to do that shit. It has got me nothing but walked all over my whole life. Well, I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. I don't care who you are or what your status is in life. I'm gonna tell you exactly my fucking thoughts on it. I don't care if you like my shit or not. It ain't about you. It never was, it never will be. This is my life of muse. Of muse, I have destroyed myself. All I see is over. Every little thing is gone.
Nice to be wanted for something after all. Taking what falls and lives in these veins, so easily displaced and tormented. After all, it's so easy to blame for any and everything. When was morality ever a question to be answered? Have I lost again? Have I failed? I feel like I have nothing left to give. Don't betray what was given away. Let alone care for anyone at all. All they do is leave in the end. Not in a shame and guilt placed. Fuck me for feeling anything at all. We are all damaged in some way, for hopes and dreams are taken away. So I'm just going to fade today. I don't think I'm worth anything at all. I bet you've been wondering where I am, wondering what I'm doing here. I've been looking around in my own grave to bring things back to you. I don't ever know the reason why I say or do the things I do. That's all just a part of my head. So I'll bring them to you. Every little thing I think I know. I look back in time, wondering how it affected me. I can't stand it. Everything I know I'm doing right for the right cause. I know I'm here for a reason still. Bet you all been wondering what I've been up to all these past couple months. I've been slinging my songs and my words to bring to you. Every little thing I deal with is just the amount of insane. All these people asking for favors, even though they got nothing. Got nothing to present except the word. Well, your word don't mean a fucking thing to me. Go on. say next? Well, I don't even know that myself. So don't bother asking me what it is that I do. I just keep on going along the ways of the way I am. I am trapped inside my own head too many fucking times. All I got to do is keep on striving on with life. So come away with me. I will show you the way that things are always gonna be. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. At least I'm fucking real with you, and I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not a baker. I ain't a cocksucker either. I'm gonna tell you what it's like.
Well, we told you we'd be back, and while you guys were listening to Silhouette Death, Dead Dreams himself, welcome back, guys. If you guys are still here, thank you for staying. Listen to the amazing music. We were told to come out and play. It got kind of bloody. I bit somebody.
Next time, not the butt cheek. God!
I thought it tastes shitty. Anyways, so we do have an amazing interview about to be coming up for you guys. About 9:30, we're going to be getting a call from the lead singer of this amazing band we're about to play for you guys. Just to keep you guys reminding you who we have here tonight. We just got done talking to Feast on the Fallen. How did you like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's all you had was, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah! That's what the fuck I want to hear. Oh, yeah!
Well, that's what you're going to be saying tonight, big boy. Maybe after the show.
There's no end to the show. What part of a 24-hour challenge don't you fucking get?
That's what I'm talking about.
Are you like Facebook?
No.
You're going to go down for a minute?
Well, that's something that we might talk about
He's not
later.
cheap. He's affordable. Anybody can buy him like the merch.
Hey.
He's looking for a new girlfriend or wife. One preferably that pays bills. He just smacked me for telling the truth.
Behave yourself.
We got Purple Mom with Hi Puff Puff Pass. So we got Mama Berserker in the house. You're gonna see a little bit of Rayman Berserker in a little bit. He's gonna be taking over right as we get in between interviews. So he's gonna be taking over directly after we're done talking to the amazing models of Brutal Business Entertainment, the Brutal Babes himself. We'll have them, but the next interview we have is at 9:30. We're going to end up talking to the lead singer of the band that we were about to listen to you, Dying Oath. Just need to get that ready.
Yes. Get it ready.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Smack my ass and call me Sally.
He's so cheap. So
I'm not cheap. I'm affordable. There's a difference.
He's one of those strippers at the club when you have a credit card and you swipe his ass and take all his money, he understands. That's why we keep him at the back of the tent. We're trying to make money here. Not blow it away.
Wow.
You know, at one time in his life, he was actually going to get a $sign tattooed on his penis. I had to talk him out of it because they don't make dollars that small.
Really?
More like get a penny. Or wait a second. You can make it more value, 10 cents.
It's not 10 cents.
That's right, you have no sense.
I do have sense. It's just sometimes I don't use it.
Not musical sense. So we're going to go ahead and show you who we're about to have on the show very shortly. We're about to have Kim from Dying Oath, and this is their song. Come on, can you read? I taught my butt monkeys how to read. What does it say? It's Insomniac.
Oh. I don't read $100 words.
That's not a $100 word, you dipshit. Anyways, Dying Oath is going to be joining us, the lead singer, and this is their song, Insomniac. Let me know what you guys think in a comment. Get ready to have your questions answered by this amazing woman. Just in less than, like, at 9:30, she's supposed to be calling in, and then we'll be switching over to her. So let's keep the show going. Hopefully you guys enjoy the music we're saying, and if you like it, tell us to keep it. If you don't like it, kill it. Give us a number. We're going to be playing music until we get her on here. So once again, this is her band, Dying Oath, with Insomniac. Welcome to the party, guys!
With a smile on your bucket face, your foundation was built on our trace. We dig through this mud like worms in the grave, pulling forward from under your
So you get to hear her amazing voice in the music, but very shortly you'll be hearing her amazing voice personally. And you guys can come up with the questions to ask her of how she got to where she is, why she chose this genre of music, how did she get her voice to sound so amazing. So many questions, and you guys have the power to ask her. What do you guys think about that song? We already got Raymond filling this one. We got them laughing about us, joking around, fucking off. He likes tea bags. He's a teabag lover. And he's salty teabags.
Hey, I'm versatile. I'm not a bottom.
All because you have a target on your forehead that says salty teabags doesn't mean that. But we do have an amazing show for you guys. Hopefully you guys like what we're doing here. It came a bloody mess. We also got Twisted Psycho in the house, who's also our interview guys. You don't want to miss midnight, where the rest of the clowns come out and play.
The witching hour.
Did you say witching hour?
Yes.
The witching hour is 3 o'clock, bitch. Get your time right.
Actually, no, that's the end of the witching hour.
He's a bitch. I'm just playing out, bitch.
You gotta remember, I'm Nordic, not Celtic only.
You're making all the Nordic people want to die.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Does the Nordic men let their women fuck them over?
No,
Or
actually,
does it make them shield maidens?
Actually, the Nordic men in the original belief system is actually where the woman takes care of the finances in the house.
And what happens when they go retarded?
Yeah.
They make them a shield maiden and put them in the front of the war. Oh! And that stash is like a landing strip for balls.
Hey.
Scrape it.
Just because I got that porn stash don't mean you gotta be jealous, Dad.
Porn stash, not the one that's clean. He likes licking rims. Anybody need a rim clean? Anybody?
I don't do rim jobs for less than $45.
2 cigarettes. And a knock-knock joke. So once again, just reminding we're moments away of having that amazing singer from Dying Oath over here on the show with us.
Really?
we got,
Beach Fuzz
and we got
really?
Solo at Death. The guys, you just got done hear his amazing music during the intermission. That was all him. That was nobody else. So Facebook,
yeah.
Take it up and suck it! Because guess what? That was my business partner who gave me permission to play his music on the show of the business that he owns. So, Facebook!
Chill. Believe it or not, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. No, Wednesday into Thursday. I was actually listening to like all his fucking music the whole fucking night. Cause I wanted to fucking snap.
So Peach Fuzz is more like it on your face.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Put your head sideways and look. That's the tightest thing he came around.
I will come out there to where you at, and I'll tickle you.
Don't forget, we got to challenge Rayman the Berserker and the Shadow Squad, and the Shadow Squad. So you notice he got more members on this team. Like he's just pulling souls straight out of fucking nowhere, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, you wanna? Now I'm gonna. Now he built a team to fuck us with. Brown noser. He called you a brown noser, and more like a brown and red noser. His nose is really long. He's a woody butthead, not Pecker.
Yeah,
We called him Big Bird when he was little. He had huge feet, big nose. Almost looked like I stumbled into an Irish forest and found the Hobbit. He got really tall. That's what you do when you give hobbits Red Bull. They just grow.
yeah, we don't get wings and fly away. We just go up in height.
Up in height. Up and down. Up and down.
You can do that later, big boy.
How would you? I got so many stalls in the frying pan.
Hey, I had you first before everybody else.
When was the last time you really heard that sound? Not the little black kid from down the corner.
I don't mess with boys. I mess with men.
Yeah, that are old.
No.
So anybody in a nursing home watching, we have an opening for you.
I have an age limit, okay?
So who works on their car at 9:30 at night? I don't. It's dark. I'm scared. No. Why are you looking at me funny over there eating my corn twisties and shit? You should not feed them after 8 o'clock. So 1, no, we're not racist. 2, we're having fun. 3, if you don't like our content, I'm so sorry for you. Do me a favor. There's the door. We do have a warning in this. This is adult material only. So do me a favor, and if you have small children watching it, please point the finger at yourself. We put warnings in everything we do, especially here at the Underground Show, because the shit we say coming out of our mouth flows. It's like diarrhea after Taco Bell. There's no plug for it. Your neighbor across the street, yell outside, like, get your ass in the house! The street lights are out! On. Out on. Depends on where you live. Some people just knock those the fuck out. Like, remember us? You're supposed to be in the house when the street lights are on. What street light?
Or why are the street lights off on that particular street?
Because someone got hold of the BB gun?
Now those were some fun fucking days too. Just not when I was running down the street and you fucking popped me in the ass like 2 blocks up the road.
It was funny. It was a pellet gun with a frozen marble.
It did not feel good.
It felt good for me.
It didn't for me.
You kept telling me to relieve. Can't help you couldn't catch it like a champ. He's been over talking shit, and I'm like 200 yards away. I'm like, glass marble. As it hits, it splits in shards. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we've duct taped them naked to a telephone pole and threw darts at them.
Yeah.
We threw them off the Black Bridge in Niles.
And then
Head first.
Yeah, I jumped off the Black Bridge in Niles like I don't know how many fucking times.
What do we mean by like Black Bridge? It's like a 30-foot drop.
Yeah.
And if you don't aim right, it's not water you're hitting. He found that out the one day.
Yeah. Ground does not feel good when you're dropping from 30 feet.
Yeah, especially the old concrete, the one with all the rocks in it.
Yeah.
Remember when you had to pull it out of your ass like buckshot?
Yeah, that did not feel nice. And the worst part about it was I didn't land on it. I landed right across it coming down, and it scraped right on the ass cheek.
All right. So our interview is coming up. I'm actually just trying to fix some things for her so she can go ahead and see us. Give us 1 second. We'll be right with you. All right. So we're going to get rid of this.
Yeah, we get epic. Where is the fire?
Alright, let's go over to here. You should be able to see us. There we go. So hopefully we're about to have you on. There we go.
Ooh.
So everyone, we told you that we would have the female singer from Dying Oath. We have her here with us. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So as you can see, our face paint and us acting stupid. Welcome to our show, and thank you so much. So what got you into the genre of music that you do? What helped you get towards that way?
I mean, growing up, I was always into like rock music and, you know, borderline metal and punk music. That's what I grew up on. My mom was kind of into the same stuff. So it's something I always wanted to get into. I just never actually knew I was going to be a screamer.
Your voice is incredible. Like, I don't, like, how did you get to the point where you sounded like that? Did you have to do a lot of practice, or was it just natural?
Oh, no, absolutely. I had to do tons of practice to be able to do it correct. So if you're ever thinking about doing that, please do it correctly, because you can really hurt yourself. It was really awful in the beginning, not going to lie. I think everybody has that first beginning stage where it's just absolutely terrible and you don't even want to listen to it yourself. And then after, you know, years of doing this is kind of what it's evolved into, honestly.
So, what artists would you say helped you like keep on the path of this music genre? What artists influenced you the most?
Man, I like a little bit of everything from like Joan Jett to Kitty up to as far as our genre of music, I'm really into like A Day to Remember and bands like that, you know, Chiodos, stuff like that. More of the 90s, 2000s kind of stuff. I'm trying to bring that back, you know.
Well, we definitely just got down here. I've been playing your music all throughout the show, definitely making sure they knew who you were. I also know that you guys got a concert upcoming where Sepsis is going to be there. Um, with your concert coming up, are you nervous about it? Are you ready for it? Are you excited? What are the feelings behind that?
Well, we have a lot of festivals this year, and that's a new thing for all of us. We just decided this year that we were going to try to get on as many festivals as possible instead of playing all the smaller venues, because last year that's all we did. And we were just lucky enough to get on some of these shows and to be able to play with some of these bands that we really look up to is incredible. It's nerve wracking, it's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I feel like this band especially works better on pressure. So hopefully, you know, we just make each other proud. That's all we really plan to do.
And we got solo at depth with mini injections. Yep, you got to blow your voice out at least once.
I thankfully I have not had any issues with my voice so far, but like I said, you know, I've had to really learn how to do things the right way. I think I blow my voice out more screaming for the other bands than really what I do on stage.
And especially with COVID restrictions now being lifted, is it becoming a lot easier for you guys to get out there? And when COVID was happening, was that kind of like a blessing for your band to step back and be able to record and catch up to what you want to do? Or was it more like, what the hell is happening? You guys couldn't get out like you wanted to. How was it for you?
Actually, we spent all of that time doing all of the things that we needed to that were more time consuming, because once you start playing shows, it's kind of a nonstop ride. You can't stop, you know, it's like show after show after show, and there's no time to do anything that you want to do. So we really took all of that time to learn how to do our social media stuff a lot more, because most people are online. So we're like, we have to really get our reach out there as far as social media goes, and getting our music onto Spotify and doing music videos and stuff like that, so that we could put things out in a sequence while we're actually still trying to play shows. So now that everything's opened up, I mean, it's a blessing, but it's also a curse, because now we're starting to get behind again on all of that stuff. So we're going to play these festivals, and then we're going to take a few months off to finish what we started, so to speak, since we have time. So it's been a little bit of both.
I just want to know one thing. Like, when it comes to metal and that, do you do like the whole spectrum of metal, or do you just like do like the heavy metal?
That's kind of a loaded question, because I feel like, you know, we are more in the vein of metalcore, and that's kind of what we started out wanting to do. But I think when you have different band members with all these different influences, like sometimes a lot of these songs come out and I wouldn't really even call it metalcore. You know, some of it's got like more of a bluesy side to it. Some of it's more melodic. Some of it's got kind of a black metal feel to it. It's a little bit of everything. I mean, we're really trying to bring back, like I said, that 2000s metalcore style. But if you really listen to some of our stuff that isn't released, once we get all of this onto an album, you guys will see that like each one of them kind of tells their own story. You know, I think they're all their own genre. I don't think that bands these days really have a certain genre. We just want to pigeonhole everything and put everything into a box. But, you know, really, I think it's just a melting pot of all of our influences.
Well, I definitely like how you guys are. You definitely could tell that you're not trying to stick in one box either. Especially like, I think the song "Insomniac." I love that, how it kind of, you had the slow parts and then you come out all screamo. I like how it was kind of like a mixture of genres coming together. You definitely have like an amazing talent for that, and I do like the stories that you guys are telling me. So how did you guys come upon your new band? Like, how did you guys meet, and how did all of a sudden Dying Oath came to be?
Well, originally it started out being nothing like it is now. It's definitely had its evolution, but it started out with Ryan Endicott, which is now our rhythm guitar player, and Josh Hagee, who is our other guitar player. He mostly writes all the music, so they were kind of jamming together, and they found this guy who was our old drummer, and then they found the old vocalist, and then Endicott went from drums over to guitar, and then they brought me in, and then I brought this guy in who was the bass player, who was also my roommate. I was like, hey, my roommate plays bass, so he came into the band. And then we lost our old drummer, got a new drummer, and then we lost our old vocalist and just got a new vocalist. So it's been a ride. I will say it's been a hell of a ride, but it's been really awesome. We've learned a lot about what we want to do with the music and each other and how our stage presence should be and things like that. So I can't really complain. I think with new members and stuff like that, it kind of gives everything a fresh look, a fresh taste, a fresh sound. You've got a different brain that's like bringing something to the table. So even the old songs have evolved into something new. Everything's fresh again.
So, like when I noticed, like you, when you're performing live or doing your music videos, you kind of like have a character that you become, like I am now. How do you get into that mindset before you go on stage? Is there like a certain tradition that you guys have to do for yourselves to get you get yourself hyped up for it? And what would that be?
Honestly, I think each one of us have our own little thing that we do before we go on stage. We say a little prayer, we, do our different things to the different gods and whatever, everybody's got their own little thing that we do. And then, for me personally, once I get my contacts in and my stage attire on, I feel like I just turn into a different monster. I don't even really feel like it's a character, honestly. I feel like it's a different part of myself that I keep contained in a little box during the day when I'm working my regular 9 to 5 job, and I'm Mindy Jackson, okay? But like when I get out onto the stage and I turn into Malice, it's a different monster. It really is. Like I don't even feel like I'm doing anything different. It's the darkest pits of my soul that I'm bearing outwardly, if that makes sense.
It definitely makes sense because I love how you came. What made you come up with the name Malice, and how did you connect with yourself in order to let your inner demon come out?
That's a funny story. We actually, me and this guy used to be in this band called Murder Maiden, and we all had these different characters, and Malice kind of found herself. With the other characters that we had at the time, she just kind of became that missing link. Like each one of us had our own little thing that we did, and she kind of just evolved into herself. And one day I just said, Malice, she's malicious. She's ready to destroy everything in her path within a moment's time. And it just kind of stuck. And then it became my club name, and it just stuck, and that's what everybody started calling it. And so Malice is what you see today, just the older, wiser version, I suppose.
So she evolved just like you have, especially with the newer band and stuff like that. With you guys being roommates in the new band, does that ever get hard for you guys trying to have like your normal life on the side, especially with all the festivals and shows back to back to back? Does it ever just get mentally hard for you guys, or do you guys have a way to express yourselves, to help you guys keep motivated towards your goal?
Oh, that's another one of those loaded questions. We definitely, me and this guy spend more time together than anybody else in the band because we live together. We work at a haunt together. We're in a music club together. Like, he really is like my little brother that I never wanted. He annoys the shit out of me most of the time. But, yeah, exactly. You guys get it. But, like, at the end of the day, he's my person, though. He's the person that takes care of me if I'm sick, or, like, he just puts up with all of my crap, pretty much. So he's the real MVP. He keeps me going. But it does get hard sometimes to separate that life. But I think that when you love people and you care about people, you can pretty much get through anything if you want it bad enough, you know. So we try to separate that as much as possible and not talk about business and band stuff and stuff like that when we're hanging out. And then we have our business days that we really have to sit down and be real with each other. Like, we need to get stuff done. So, balance.
And that's great that you guys can keep like the friendship and business separate, because a lot of people I know just can't do that. So, as being a woman, is it still kind of hard for you? You still, do you get hassled about still being in the metalcore, or do you get more respect now?
I've gone through both spectrums of it. Honestly, I've been doing this for 22 years now. And so in the beginning, it was a lot worse than it is now. People didn't take me seriously. I could never get a shot at places. They didn't believe that I was in the band at the door and would try to make me pay and be like, you're not in a band, because where I grew up around here, I'm the only female vocalist, or metal vocalist, especially within an hour or 2 hours away. So I dealt with it back then to a point where now it's just it's opened up a lot more. And once you get respect of staying in this for so many amounts of years and time, then they start to respect you and realize that you're really not taking no for an answer and you're not going anywhere. And, you know, I stand out because I did work.
So we got Solo at Dead with that way you never do it again, and you know what muscles he was talking about when you were talking about focusing on your vocals. And then he says, and as you create it, Malice is an extension of your true self. So definitely, you know, you've been in this for 22 years. I can only imagine all the experiences you went through. And where do you guys see your band Dying Oath in 5 years? Where do you guys see you going?
This is going to sound really cliche, and I don't mean it to, but this is the core foundation of what makes us who we are, is that we are a family. And so at the end of the day, I think we'll still be doing steak hangouts and drinking beer together on the weekends and like doing whatever. Some of the guys have kids, so they're still going to be doing the family thing regardless of what happens. But we can't really say. I mean, right now is like the highlight of all of our careers. I've been doing this for 22 years, and right now is the height of my career, so to speak. And I'm so happy with where it's gone that if it ends tomorrow, so be it. You know, I'll be happy with where it's gone. But if we can make it to that next level or to that next step, or to go national or even be a bigger regional band, I'll be ecstatic with that. You know, I'm not seeking fame or fortune, but if I can pay my bills with this, then that's the goal, man. So I'm hoping for that. But if not, we'll still be playing together in a basement somewhere, probably.
So, with what I'm trying to reword this question. So, for all the younger women that are watching, that have potential and talent, and them stopping themselves, what can you tell them to like? How could they get it past their own fears to eventually get to where you're at if they have that type of talent?
That's a hard question. I think it's different for everybody, but the one thing that is universal is that if you really want something bad enough, there isn't a person on this earth that can stop you, because you have so many things in your power, so many tools, so many ways to learn what you want to do in life, or to even get better at what it is that you want to do, that you don't have to take no for an answer. Like, somebody out there is going to love what you're doing, so there's no point in giving up. Like, why else would you want to be here? It's the whole point to living, is figuring out what makes you happy, what you love, and get motivated to do that, man, because life's too short. Like, go out there and take what you want. Don't follow your dreams. Don't chase your dreams. Be the fucking dream, man.
And that's great. And we have a question from another fan who's actually a part of our show, Soul Snatchers. Rain asks, what advice would you give to a new artist just getting started?
Practice, 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 practice. I can't say that enough. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, all the great equipment, you can even have the talent, you can look the part, but if you do not do everything in your power to be the best that you can be in your position, there's no point in having any of that. So practice, get good at what you want to do, know your instrument or whatever it is that you want to do in life, and run with it. That's the only choice. Like, just be good at it.
So, is there ever a time where the band is feeling down? How do you guys? And I know you guys are talking like you're almost like family uplifting, but have you ever came to a part where like something was too much for you? What got you through it? Like, what helped you get back to the strength that you have now?
I think any band goes through major ups and major downs, and they call us starving artists for a reason because there's more downs than there are ups. But if you really love what you do, then you stick with it because for me, I'm a lifer, man. It is me. It's who I am. It's what I do. I can't breathe without it. If I get out of bed and I'm not doing music, like I feel like I shouldn't even exist because that's my whole reason for breathing. And so, I you help me answer this, man. You haven't said a word.
He's like my little brother, just sits in the corner and just randomly asks.
What was the question?
He said, "What was the question?" He wasn't even paying attention.
My question is, sometimes you guys have your ups and downs. What helps you get past the down? Because you kind of sound like you guys are all like a family. How do you guys get it past being beaten down? What gives you the motivation to move forward?
It's mostly the support that we give each other.
Gay, it's so cliche. Why would you say that? No, just kidding.
You see what I deal with now?
No, go ahead.
When I started in Dying Oath, I wasn't on the level of being a bass player that I wanted to be. And so within the first 6 months, I started questioning if I was even going to make it.
We all question that all the time. Really.
She supported me. She kept the fire under my ass. She kept pushing me. You can do this. Just keep practicing and doing it. And as time went on, it started building up my confidence and everything. So it's being able to be there for one another, whether it's something music related, something in our personal life, needing $20 just to make it to practice, or hard times. So.
Yeah, especially with COVID. Like, I think that got every band in the entire universe down for a whole year because, we couldn't do what we love to do. We just had to find ways around it. And I think it wasn't just us, it was our music community around us. Like, all the bands started sticking together and really, like, trying to make things work because we all, at the end of the day, we have real jobs. We have bills to pay. Some of us have kids, but this is who we are. And so we have to find a way to keep each other going because I'm nothing without my band. I'm just Mindy Jackson. There is no Dying Oath without the rest of the band. And so if he's down or one of the others are down, I take it upon myself to try and help them. They call me the mama bear because I'm the oldest in the band, but these are really my kids, my boys. I got to take care of them so that we can keep going because this is not just my dream, but it's all of us. We can't falter, we can't fall, we can't miss a beat. We have to keep going. So we're like soldiers.
So with your band, actually, it seems like it's really reaching a big peak. A lot of your music videos are getting like a lot of attention and stuff like that. How do you feel compared to when you first had your band, the other band, compared to now? Do you feel more successful, or is it like exciting but scary at the same time? How do you feel about that?
It's kind of funny because like I always knew this is what I wanted to do, and I thought that I'd reached my full potential, and I was within grasp of giving up on it, not because I didn't want to do it, but because there were just so many obstacles in my life. And the other bands were great. I learned so much from them. If it wasn't for them, Dying Oath wouldn't be anything, because I wouldn't know what I was doing or what I wanted, how I wanted things to be. But I think that I'm more successful in the way that I know now how things are supposed to work and how I want them to go. In the beginning, when you're a kid, you're like, man, I just want to go out and play these shows and look awesome. Like that's all I want. I just want to look cool. And then you realize that this is a way of life and that you want it forever. And so you do whatever it takes. I've had to make a lot of sacrifices in my life just to be able to play in these crappy bars, man. I love these crappy bars. They're my home. But, just for that 5 minutes of being on the stage, and it's worth it. And I think that's the most successful thing, is knowing that no matter what comes of this, I did it and I was happy with it. I think that goes for anything. It's not the money, it's not the fame, it's not any of that. It's knowing that you reached what you wanted to and doing what you wanted to do.
So thank you for saying that, because here at BTMX, what we're about is finding amazing artists like you and bringing them together so that people can get closer to not only enjoy your music, but to enjoy you as a person. And we also cover a lot about mental illness, and that's why I've been asking a lot of the questions to help people that are struggling right now, that are stuck inside themselves. And it's amazing to see how a strong woman like you has came out, who has found herself throughout the years, even though she's had to give up this and that, and is still sticking to her dream. The next question we normally ask is, what kind of advice can you give somebody that is struggling with inside themselves, that has the potential to be more?
That's a really good question. I like that you asked that question, because nobody's ever asked that question before. But I think a lot of people in bands do struggle with mental illnesses, and that's one of the reasons why we do what we do, because it's a coping mechanism. For me, it's a way for me to get outside of myself, because when I'm at home and I'm alone, I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything, like I'm not good enough, I'm not this or I'm not that. And then when I get on that stage, it's like everybody loves you, and it's not even about that. It's that you learn to love yourself in that way, because you're like, I stuck with it. I'm here. I'm trying. I'm doing my best every day. And I think that's important. Like, people want a reason to live, and the reason to live is to actually live, like take chances and do things that make you happy, because that's the only way that you can come out of your depression. And finding people that love you and want to do the same thing, which is why we love the community so much. The metal community is family, no matter how big, far, or wide. And it's really helped. Music has helped me. There were days I didn't want to get out of bed, but then I remember that I have this thing that I need to do, not just for me, but for these boys. This is their dream too. I have to get up and I have to do this and I have to fight. And you need to find that thing that makes you want to fight every day and get out of bed and do the damn thing, man, because that's why you're here.
And thank you so much for saying that, especially because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are stuck in themselves. And I think to hear from amazing people like you, who are going all out and about and actually getting to where you want to be in life, I think that helps with them be able to focus a lot more. Because I know personally myself, I use music as a way to help talk sometimes or express my artwork. So, your music's been a part of my list for quite a while. And that's thanks to like Silhouette, Death, and Sepsis. So that's how I actually found you guys. And you guys are you have an amazing sound that's never the same with each song. So that's another thing that caught my eye too, because most bands I've noticed have the same sound. That they stay on the same track, but you guys don't. You sound one way on one song telling a story, and a whole opposite another direction. So that's what keeps you guys very interesting and keep people coming back to you. So,
and sometimes, like through life, you got to have that music to actually bring you back to your center. And that, like with me, I listen to hip hop, I listen to metal, I listen to rock and roll, I listen to other bands, and that I listen to like stuff like Carlos Santana too. But at the end of the day, when I'm like down in the deep dark depths, I gotta listen to somebody who actually knows what I'm going through, and the message has got to be able to be heard.
So, like Dying Oath.
Yeah.
I mean, like, seriously.
If they haven't actually gone through that in their life, then how can you actually have a song that could relate to other people if you haven't actually been through that struggle and that strife?
I agree.
And we have Purple Mom with Music is Medicine over on Twitch. We have Sage from Soul Snatcher saying facts. We got Soleil Death from Truth. So, thank you so much for everything you guys do. I hope you know that as a fan, I appreciate the sacrifices you have made for us watching you on stage in your music videos, the expression of yourself through your music. Because if it wasn't for people like you, a lot of us would just still be suffering because we wouldn't be able to find our words ourselves. So as a big fan, I want to tell you this means a lot that you took time out of both of your guys' lives to come and talk to us. And, you know, making the music that you do, if you don't think it matters, it does to a lot of people.
Most definitely.
And especially for younger women that are coming up nowadays, to see you go up there and kill it the way that you do, that's going to help. You know, for me having daughters, watching you in a music video, that's inspirational to me, because now my girls can see that there's other strong women like you that are past the bullshit and that are going to willing to get out there and show them what they got. And that shows my girls so that they can do the same. So, you know, thank you as a father as well.
Thank you, man. Like, I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Like, got me a little choked up. Like, I'm supposed to be a badass like 24/7, and here you are, like, get me all choked up and in my feelings and stuff. But seriously, that is the epitome of why I have made it through everything that I have done, and the reason why we write music that is true to what we're going through. Because when I go out on that stage, I'm telling you a story about my life of times that I couldn't make it. And so thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I think you got muted, maybe. I think you're muted. We can't hear you.
How about now? We fixed it. Let's say I want to tell you this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on BTMX. Hopefully we can get you guys again for another interview, especially down the road. Hopefully, you know, keep up the great message. And everybody watching, Dying Oath, you guys just heard for yourself, the music that they're singing to you, the stories that you're hearing are not just some random bullshit. This is things that they have going through that they're empowering others. So keep that in mind the next time you listen to one of their songs. It's okay to jam out, but it's better to know the truth. So we want to tell you thank you so much for coming on the Underground Show. We hope you guys have a safe, you know, tour this whole entire time, and that you guys have a great time at the fest. And you know, we thank you guys for blessing the world with your guys' talent. Thank you for not hiding it from people who actually need it. So, is there anything else that would you like to go ahead and say to your fans?
First off, I want to say thank you to you guys, because this has been one of the best interviews, but also like one of the most gripping. Like, seriously, thank you for the kind words, because if you know anything about Dying Oath or why we started the Dying Oath family page, it's because we care more about our fans than we do anything else. You know, because you guys are the ones that have made us what we are. We couldn't have gotten to this point if you didn't listen to our music or go check out our stuff or watch these interviews or have us on for interviews, for that matter. So we appreciate that more than you will ever know. But to the fans, man, thanks for keeping us on top. Like, seriously, this is yours. All of this is yours. We do this for you, and we'll do it for as long as you let us. We absolutely love you guys, so thank you.
So we also got Purple Mom says she wants to say thank you so much for your music as well, because we've played it throughout the week since you were coming, and a lot of my fans are they're sending out hearts and everything, and they just want you to know that everyone here at BTMX, we are truly grateful for amazing artists like you, who keep it real, who don't hide behind fake stories, and you guys keep us strong by telling the truth and showing us that there is a path to greatness. We just have to believe in one another. So, truly, honestly, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Not really, but I got one thing to say. Most people don't know what I actually do. I'm an actual artist myself, but I don't do it through music. I do it through grinding steel and making swords and making weapons and that. And he's one who actually kind of brought me back to my center with that, and he threw it at me. He said, hey, I keep hearing you talk about you wanting to do what you love doing again, and why don't you just say fuck it and do it. So one day me and him sat down, had a heart to heart, and I said screw it, and that's where Shunkudo 753 actually came from with me. So, and like through this journey, I've actually learned about some really great artists like you guys, Infinite Sin, MZ, who's going to be on later on. Who else? What was that? That Silhouette Death, Flesh of the Beast, or that? Or
that was Feast on the Fire.
Oh yeah, Feast on the Fire.
See, little brother.
I don't listen to metal very often, but whenever
until I make them.
But if I'm at work and I'm actually down in the dumps, I will pop on some metal just to bring me back up to where I used to be in that.
Well, we really did enjoy having you here, and we want to go ahead and let you go. But before you go, one more, just to let you know that really thank you, though. Thank you for all you guys do.
Hey, thank you guys for having us. Seriously, if there's anything that we can do to help, if you need things shared, if you just want to chat, like, thank you guys. It's been really awesome. Seriously.
All right, so everybody, one last time. They're both members of the band Dying Oath. We're going to go ahead and play one of their songs as soon as we go ahead and let them go. But remember, go check them out. We're going to be sharing all the band links on our page for them to make sure you guys can get straight to their content and make sure you guys are part of their amazing journey. So once again, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for coming to BTMX.
Thank you, guys.
We're still here. We're hiding. Boop. Nope, we still don't see it. It's haha. So we just got done having an amazing interview with one of the lead singers from Dying Oath. I think we should play a Dying Oath song.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you honestly, like the first song I played from was not my favorite. I'll show you my favorite by him. And hopefully you guys enjoy that interview. Hopefully you guys stay with us and enjoying this amazing content. Like I said, the band that we just got done talking to, that was Dying Oath. They're just about to be doing a whole bunch of huge festivals. Well, actually, they're going to be doing one of the festivals with Sepsis, Mr. Goodbars and them, so definitely check them out. But once again, I'll go ahead and play my favorite song for you guys by them, and it's called End of Days. Definitely go check them out. And once again, this is Dying Oath with their song End of Days. We just got done. You have an amazing interview with them, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments, guys. Come on, let's get psyched. We're not done yet. So we are back, ladies and gentlemen, from that amazing interview. Don't forget, that was Dying Oath. One of my favorite songs by them, that was End of Days. So what did you think about this song? Was it actually your first time hearing that one?
Yeah, I actually fucking liked it.
And all that growl was her. The lady that we just got, the beautiful woman that we just got done speaking to.
Shocking.
Like, seriously.
Like, that kind of like, you'd expect that kind of bass in the voice from a guy, but from a chick, it's like different.
It's like, oh!
Yeah.
like I'm really surprised a lot of women are coming out with that voice.
Yeah.
The very first time I ever heard a woman do it was, besides my wife, was listening to Flyleaf when she first did the growl inside I'm So Sick.
Yeah.
That was the first time I heard a woman actually hit the grit.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely.
It's been a minute since I listened to Flyleaf, though. It's shit. I say about maybe 5-6 years, maybe 8 since I listened to Flyleaf.
So we're just moments away from doing another interview. You're going to keep your tongue in your mouth because I'm telling you, these beautiful women are about to be joining us, and I don't want to have to put a shot collar on your ass.
Ooh. Just put it on me now.
Get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo. Anyways, welcome to hell, and welcome to the underground show with this fucking weirdo in the background.
Well,
keep your hands to yourself.
No, I don't want to. You're so sexy.
I think I woke up on the wrong side of hell.
Hey.
So guys, let's read some of our comments. We got Ray with Rayman from the Shadow Squad, who's going to be joining us after our next interview. He's going to actually take over the live.
Ooh, Skittles is coming.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to taste the rainbow with his amazing team. We got Section 8 with What Up Family, long day at work, fucking tired. We got Rayman with What's Up Section 8. We got Section 8 with, I think, Fart Signs. And Purple Mom with Laugh Out Loud. So Mama's in the house laughing at us. But we do got Brutal Babes just around the corner. So you guys are about to see them any moment.
As long as they're not on my corner, I'll be happy.
Who?
Everybody. My corner's my corner.
He's the one that smells like New York.
I do not smell like New York.
You smell
Chicago.
like...
Maybe.
London.
Not New York. No.
Old Town London.
No, not that bad.
Like when Jack the Ripper was still alive.
No.
He's that Cobblepot stone.
No, I probably would have been one of them bitches that Jack the Ripper just like said.
So we're just moments away from doing another amazing interview with some more amazing talent. And I mean, we're about to have the Brutal Babe roster. We don't know who's all joining us from over there, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have every single Brutal Babe. It's Section 8 with Smoking Me Out, Laugh Out Loud. Okay. That makes more sense, better than Fart Signs. It gets gassy in here. So if you don't know who I am and you're welcome to our show, thank you for coming to join us, spending your time. We're going to be doing this all basically night long. You get to see our beautiful mugs and also get to see the rest of our team. Don't forget, we're about just moments away from you guys seeing Brutal Babes.
Okay, real quick. Beautiful with me. I'm sorry, but yeah. When I dropped out the ugly tree, I hit the whole damn forest.
So... as we're about to get the Brutal Babes on, I want you guys to get ready for switch up your questions. These are not musical artists. These are women who are strong, independent, who do photos for, up-and-coming bands, who do photos for clothes shoots. They're part of Brutal Business Entertainment, who we all love Patrick. And, if he already has an amazing roster with music, and only imagine what he did with models. So you guys get to hear from them. Don't forget to ask questions. If you're going to act like a jackass and think with the wrong head, I will tell you to go fuck off. Because I do treat these women with respect. Especially, I'm going to treat them like I would treat our own models. We don't downgrade women in this fucking house. We don't cuss in this house either. We don't fucking cuss in this motherfucking house. Do you fucking understand me, boy?
Fuck off! You fucking snowflake!
I am white. Sometimes.
See, I can't go hide in the snow because if I did, you'd never fucking find me.
So we already got Purple One with PPP again. That means puff, puff, pass, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And then we got me and the Tip and the Babes are trying to ask to join. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight into their interview. We're gonna go ahead and get them up for you guys. So just give us one moment.
You gotta slide over a little bit.
You're gonna suck my cock.
No more salami.
Salami, baby.
So we got like total side over here.
All right, there we go. There we go. We got all Brutal Babes sideways.
Exactly.
There we go. So, welcome to the show. This is all the amazing models from over there at Brutal Babes Entertainment. They have added new members. Well, they have actually, everybody knows Crazy Kitty as the co-star of Brutal Babes. And then we end up having the amazing team. I mean, like, they've added, I think, what, 3 more people to the team?
Yes, 3 more.
So we want to tell you guys thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, and welcome to the Underground Show. Hopefully you guys, thank you guys so much. So the first question we want to ask is how does it feel to be models at Brutal Business Entertainment?
It feels amazing. Honestly.
Yeah, we're all really weird, so we like go together.
Yeah.
We're definitely very colorful.
We're individuals,
for sure.
I agree. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. We all have our own little thing, our own dish. It makes us a unique group. I'm very proud of it.
So how did you guys come in adding to, how does the models that have been at Brutal Business Entertainment feel about the newer models that have joined? Are you guys excited about how they've been coming out with new material for you guys and been modeling a lot of the merch that you guys make your guys self?
Like we're just me and Rachel like waiting.
Hey,
I'm pretty excited. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm always fun to see you.
yeah, and they're really, really talented. So we found people that are really passionate about what we do as a whole, as BB as a whole. So
Yeah.
it's a really, really good fit, and we've created a really good team here.
We meshed pretty well.
Now the question I do have, because I do have a lot of models that like come through us and is through us as well. There a lot of them are asking, are you guys still looking for members to join your guys' team, or are you guys ready and officially full?
I think we're a pretty good team right now. I think we have a really good setup going on. Now, come 2022, that might expand, and we're always looking for people to collaborate with. So you never know what's going to happen.
Now, what does it take for you to become a Brutal Babe?
Good portfolio. Good portfolio. I was probably the least prepared, but I wanted to be a Brutal Babe, so I messaged Becca. She was like, "You need a social media and a portfolio," so I went and made those things like right now, so I could be one.
Yeah,
Like I definitely think if you really want it, like you'll invest your time.
like me, like I sneak attacked on that one. I was like, I'm gonna work.
Yeah.
I've been modeling and doing photography for about 7 years. So I have my own magazine, and I was like, I really loved working with the girls, and I was like, I love them so much. I want to be a part of this, and I love the passion. And they were like a group that I've never seen before, and I've worked with a lot of groups, being a photographer and a model. And I was like, I'm gonna prove myself because I put on group shoots, and I was like, I'm gonna work with every single one of them. And I was like, I mesh, and I was like, I can do this, and I guess I proved myself because I'm here. So I worked for it. I guess I don't know.
Like one day they were like, "Why aren't you part of this?" And she was like, "I don't know." So now she is.
Yeah, here I am.
I was able to join the team last year. I was at an event for Romcom, and Mandy approached me. I was vending at the event. She approached me and was like, "You're really cool." Like, she checked out my social media and checked out my Instagram and my Facebook, saw that I was already doing a bit of modeling for my own company. She was like, "Be a great fit." And so we just kind of got to talking and talked to some other people that were on the team, and it happened. So I'm thankful to you for allowing me to join the team. Hey, I'm glad you're here.
And what a lot of people don't know is the woman who was actually talking, she makes all them posts about that BTMX shares a Brutal Business of all the jewelry and the necklaces and the stuff that you guys see. She actually makes by herself. So, we look, a little one.
Oh, we both know about.
We have 4 little ones in the back hiding.
Yeah.
They wanted bedtime gummies.
So, as
that's Patrick's son for you.
He's a brutal bro.
Yeah, baby.
So, as you guys all being, a lot of you have been there for quite a while. What can you tell younger women that are actually trying to get into this field, that doubt themselves? What information can you give them to get it past their own self doubt to actually get to where you guys are?
You're obviously gonna deal with a lot of negativity. But it's a lot of like building confidence, and you just kind of have to ignore it like to a certain point. Like really, just do your own thing.
Yes, that's a big thing. Find your own passion. Find what you love. And that's going to help a lot with self-confidence because you're going to love the person that loves what you love. And just express that through your modeling and it'll be good.
And don't let anybody put your, whatever you want to do, don't put yourself in a box. Like, I mean, me, like, if you look at my stuff, like, I do literally everything. But, I like the darker stuff, of course, and, like, the grungy and soft, but I don't like putting myself in a box. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything, but you're, like, anything you want to do, you can, if you put your mind to it and you're that passionate, you're going to make it. Like, don't let anybody push you out, because you can make it.
Yeah.
Find your niche, find your beautiful creativity, because everybody has it. No
Yeah,
matter what
creativity
anybody
is
says.
key.
Yes.
If you're trying to be someone else, your shit's not gonna.
You have to be yourself.
So true.
Yeah.
Don't, and you're you. You don't need to be somebody else. That's what people are gonna like about, your specific stuff is being just who you are.
So, over here at BTMX, we love everything that every single one of you girls do. We make sure the world knows it. You can catch a lot of their stuff either on BTMX at the Brutal Business Entertainment page, Brutal Babes page. You can catch them on Instagram. They're constantly doing TikToks. They're always on the move. So my question for you guys is, do you guys like collabing with new up-and-coming photographers and models? Or do you guys only like working with somebody that's on the same level?
No, we love it.
So yeah,
I
always love working.
We love working with new people because you never know what somebody's gonna bring to the table. It's amazing how one person that's never been in before just adds that spark.
Because you never know, because like that one photographer could be building portfolio. It's like you could be that one shot that like somebody's like, oh, I like that.
Or a new editing style, a new theme, or they know somebody, and then you guys just click together as collaborated models. It's so much fun to work with new people.
I got a question for you guys. Something that most people don't know about me is I actually used to be in the drag scene myself, and I used to do a little bit of modeling myself, and that we're talking like 10 years ago, and I know the pressure of that whole thing, but what I want to know is how can you push through on when you're on a down spot, okay, and you're fighting and you got that person who's always looking at you different and telling you you can't pursue your goal. How do you get past that though?
Prove them wrong.
I work well under pressure. So I guess my thing is like I work very well under pressure, so I like the intimidation.
I find in moments like that, you really find a lot about yourself. And is this really what you want to do? And if it's really your passion and not just a hobby, that's what's going to push you through. Yeah, you have to fight for it. Yep. Yeah, prove it. You got this. That's what you want. There's always a difference between passion and hobby. I found that through the music side of BBE and the modeling.
And like weirdly enough, like a lot of people, like, I mean, I can say this for myself, like a lot of people saw me as just a photographer because I'm,
fantastic photographer.
Thank you. But I got found from them doing photography. And when they saw me as a model, I was like, oh my gosh, finally, it's been 7 years. 7 years! And I did it. Finally, someone sees me as a model. And they're beautiful. And I'm like, how am I going to fit in? And like, I'm the newest babe, but like, I already feel like family. Like, I don't know. I
I know, but like, I love them to death. Like, it's nice feeling acknowledged, and like I can say, don't give up because like, you guys are gonna me crying and like, don't do that to me. Like, it's emotional, but like, it's a roller coaster. Like, you see yourself and you have like so many niches, but just keep going. Like you'll find people that will be in your corner. You just don't give up.
A little bit of what people don't know before the whole modeling thing with Crazy Kitty. I was a tomboy. So literally, I wasn't. I was even thinking about being a model, and I actually pretty much was merch girl for East Coast Crazies, and I ended up I ended up at a show with the East Coast Crazies doing merch and selling mushroom head tickets in a little dive bar, and Brutal Business saw me there. And pretty much after seeing that I could sell so much in a little dive bar, they ended up getting a hold of the East Coast Crazies and asked them if they could have me as a model. And I didn't think of it before that. I did talk to a model, Hannah, that used to be a part of the Babes. And she pretty much told me, she said, why not? Because I didn't think that I could be a model. And pretty much now look where I'm at. Challenge accepted, and pretty much the journey through good and bad run through and taken care of.
Challenge completed.
Challenge completed.
So my other thing y'all found me were after I wasn't even living in Pennsylvania at you guys found me. So like I was all the way in Florida at the time. Like I've been a dancer for like 6 years. So like I've been in the entertainment industry for like a long time. It's just like when I was growing up I wanted to be a model, but my parents are like, oh, headshots are expensive or whatever. My parents always told me, they're like, oh, you're definitely gonna be famous someday. So like y'all found me when I was in Florida. Aww. And they're like, yo, if you come home back to Pittsburgh, you have a modeling career like waiting for you. I'm like, literally next flight out, I'm coming home.
So definitely, I want to go ahead and tell you from everybody here at BTMX, we want to go ahead and thank you, each and every one of you, because if it wasn't for your, strong women like you that are actually expressing yourself through your guys' photos and the projects that you guys do, I think a lot of younger women wouldn't have such amazing women to look up to. So remember that with each photo or each pose you guys do, it makes a difference, especially for women who are struggling with that everyday battle. Another thing is how do you, I know for up and coming models, they don't have the experience that you guys do, but what information can you give them about being careful about people not being like a good shoot, like it's a bad photographer?
Bring somebody. Like we always say, like one photographer tells you not to bring someone. It's a.
But always bring somebody with you.
Yeah.
I'm like try to screen it out beforehand. Like some dude on Craigslist the other day was like he wanted a picture of me for like a photo shoot. He wouldn't tell me. I was like, I'm not sending you a picture, girl, until you tell me what this is for. And he just like disappeared. So he would have been the one that would have wanted me to go there alone. Like,
you never go alone. You
always
never go alone.
Never get like recommendations.
Yes,
like somebody that's worked with them before. Like,
yeah, always get recommendations, and like, because I mean, if they're in the industry, even if they're starting out, like you're gonna have somebody that's worked with them. I mean, ask around. Like, definitely, there's a lot of networking. Like for Ohio, PA, West Virginia. Like, I think I'm the only West Virginia girl here, but I mean, you literally will find it. Like, ask. Like, and you definitely want recommendations to see what that experience is. I mean, like, don't go, and please don't go. Like, don't go alone, and if you like, just don't.
Now, the hardest part having us as a group is that we do so much stuff like together, so it's a lot safer. Yeah.
Now, the next question I have for you is: have you guys ever thought about doing an outreach program for younger models who don't have the experience that you guys do?
I have. I just have a lot on my plate, and so it's been pushed back a little bit. But I was actually working on making a bringing up models company called Dark and Vision. It's still in the process, though.
We can't wait for you to pitch it because here at BTMX, we're definitely going to promote the hell out of it.
I am a babe. It's all for here for. But for like I said, I started out doing photography and modeling at the same time 7 years ago. I put on group shoots in the valley, like where I'm from, and the Ohio Valley of West Virginia, and I got these lovely girls. I get tons of models from PA, all surrounding states. But what I do is I make sure that I work with minors that are starting out. I have my own daughter that is 8 years old that models.
Who poses better than any of
She has been in the game for, like most of her life. I have a 12-year-old, I have a 15-year-old, I have a 17-year-old. I have literally, I will
not all her children, these are models.
No, I have my daughter, but she's, like, other than that, like, I am so for working with minors and people starting out. I have gotten them published. That is, they work with multiple people networking, starting networking. Some of them have been in pageants. I do that constantly now, and I will never stop working with minors. I won't. That's a huge thing that I do in the Valley. I help with a lot of starting out beginners. And they see us and them, and they're like, they look up to them.
We need to talk.
Yeah, we need to.
Right, like you don't talk.
No.
So we got stage from our show Soul Snatch because that meant a lot to them. That meant a lot to them, especially since they are trying to represent, they're both lesbian mothers and they're trying to get the word out there about. So as soon as she made the pride jewelry and you guys were all posing in it, that was just amazing. I made sure that you guys' messages always get out there.
Thank you.
I was the photographer.
That was a very good one for us. That was something that we were all really passionate about. We were actually shooting in West Virginia back in April, and Kitty brought up the idea. She's like, well, what if we did something around Pride? And we all immediately were like, yes. And from there, it was just a fast train to we were making it happen, and we had Brutal Business. Lexi's actually wearing our Brutal Business Pride Edition t-shirt right now, and Cassandra has an amazing line of Pride jewelry, and she even made me a custom Pride choker with the Brutal Business charm on it, and that was really one of our best things that we've ever done.
Now, I know you. Do you guys have any new shoots coming up for the public that they don't know about yet?
Yeah. We just came up with like 47 parts. It's like Snoop Dogg's
So much. We have stuff in the works for Halloween, for Christmas, for like they said, about 40 other different like non-specific like different themes. And it's going to be a lot coming from us in the next year and beyond.
We just did a shoot at my group shoot a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. So you guys are new content, and then we have another one. So yeah.
So do you guys ever take challenges from your guys' fans for a photo shoot? Have you ever thought about doing that?
Have you ever taken challenges from somebody?
Oh, like the West.
No, actually, I don't think that's been
No.
Well,
I think we might bring it.
Okay, so I have here at BTMX, we have a challenge for you. How about you guys dress up? How about you guys go as each villain from like a Disney character or like action movie? What villain would you guys be?
No. See, but they're talking about Disney. You guys are talking horror movies.
It could be any type of villain.
It's gonna happen. It's done. Yeah, done.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. Next. We'll figure it out, guys.
We got it.
We got it.
You got us all excited. Sorry. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, see how quickly we plan that? That's how we plan things. You want to do this?
Yeah. And then everybody talks over everybody.
Sorry.
Well, you definitely got Sage and Rain happy about your guys' Pride material. She says, yeah, oh my god, yes. We got Derek with Laugh a Lot It Happens because my gamer, he got kicked out for giving you guys lots and lots of hearts. So a lot of people are being kicked out. A lot of people are being kicked out and coming back because they're hearting us so hard.
You so hard too.
So, especially with our favorite, I've seen you guys do Halloween shoots in the past. I can't wait to see what you guys do this year, especially with the new members of the team. Are you guys excited about that shoot?
Yes. We have that shoot is actually going to be jam packed. We're trying to fit in a couple different things into the same day. So we have, and we're also doing the Halloween shoot. We're doing 2 different concepts, and we're also doing an album cover shoot for one of the BBE artists. So it's gonna be we're gonna go big, and it's gonna be pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I see, like out of all the shoots, I'll tell you personally, as one of my favorite shoots you guys did was the pagan one, where you guys did the whole witchcraft. I think that was an amazing shoot that you guys came out with.
Oh yeah, that was
a good shoot.
So does each Brutal Babe get their own personal merch, or do you guys just kind of try to keep it as a team thing?
No, merch is something that we're going to be expanding on. And each individual babe will have their own merch, and then there will be like collective babes of Brutal Business merch.
Layla Page has a shirt, by the way.
Yeah, Layla does have her own shirt. Crazy Kitty's shirt is in the process. We have other stuff that we're working on too, and you can always go to Cassandra Von Creek's site for.
She looks a little nervous now. You look nervous now that your name's being put out there for merch.
And guess what? We always share her merch all the time, guys. So there's no way that you can actually miss her merch here at BTMX. Every time she comes out with new jewelry and the team shoots it, we make sure that everyone sees it because what she's doing is such. You can tell she puts her love and time into it. So it's definitely worth every bit of your money. So definitely make sure after this or during this, go check out Brutal Babes and make sure you go buy this merch because you're not only helping support her do something that's amazing, that is help, each of you are amazing, and we want to tell you thank you guys for not hiding your gifts. Thank you for making jewelry and making women feel beautiful. Thank you for, standing up and being strong.
And thank you for empowering the other people that they don't have the courage to step forward themselves. You guys actually are helping the people who don't have the courage to get the courage to step forward, and actually thank you for all that too.
It's always nice to hear because you never think of it that way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Well, here at BTMX, each one of you guys are stars, no matter whether you think it or not. We always think of you guys as famous, so it meant a lot to us when you guys said you had time for us. We can't wait to have you guys more and more part of our shows. I know Patrick made an amazing music roster. His wife's doing amazing with you guys. And I'm glad to see that you guys are moving in a positive direction, especially with all the changes and the new models and stuff like that. I'm glad that you guys are family knit. So, what's your future projects? Are you gonna when you guys are talking about your merch? Have you guys thought about making stickers and etc. like that, and cups and stuff like that for people to buy?
Yeah, we talk about t-shirts, stickers, posters, calendars, decals, bracelets, necklaces. Just sky's the limit. Yeah. Sky's the limit. Maybe even pop socks. Phone cases. Or you and Bella Rob were talking about
Lighters with our booties on it.
Yeah.
So, what is your guys' goal? Where do you guys see Brutal Babes in the next 5 years?
If you don't mind, I'll go first because one of the things I love about them so much is that each one of them have such individual passions and they have such different goals for their lives and where they want their modeling to take them. So as Brutal Babes, I say my goal for them is to expand on their own personal talents and just like go from there. And like I said, like Cassandra herself, her modeling is about her talents and her joy making in her business, and that is flourishing. And we love her for that. And that's just one example of the many talents that these girls have and their goals and their missions.
So now, do you guys how does someone go about how does somebody go about acquiring to actually have a shoot with you guys?
Message one of us. So we have Facebook, we have email, we have Instagram, we have many ways of getting a hold of us, and honestly, that's just the first step, saying hello.
Do you have any more questions? So definitely want to tell you guys thank you so much. I hope you guys keep up the great work. I do like the new additions to the family. I want to tell you guys thank you so much for joining such an amazing team and believing in them like they believe in you. I definitely like how you guys are already family knit and into it. So, once again, thank you, because I've been following Brutal Business for a long time now. And to see that you guys come in and just fit perfectly fine is what was amazing, because as coming out as a new company like Brutal Business Entertainment, I have some models that fight because some models get seen more than the others. Have you guys had that problem?
No. Honestly, I think we try very hard to make sure that everybody gets seen and everybody has their moment to shine. And no complaints so far. And we always tell them and Patrick tells the artists too. If you feel like you're not being shared around enough or you're not being promoted enough, all you got to do is say something. Well, we're all about open communication.
Anybody?
That's okay. As a completely new person with no connection to anybody, like I found out about this because I cut JJ Hollow's hair once a year and a half. And he was like, my girlfriend's an alt model, and I was like, I don't know what that means. And so I didn't know that's how you knew it. I didn't know that. He was like, my girlfriend's a model, and I was like, oh, your girlfriend's a model. And he showed me a picture, and I was like, damn, dude, she's cool as hell. But so I was completely 100% terrified to do this until I met everyone, and then it was like instantly like we're family right away. But I was completely scared. So like I actually thought.
Yeah, Los Angeles in that area, and they've done modeling in the past, and like I've got friends that live in Philadelphia and New York and Indiana that do modeling, and like the ones out here on the West Coast always say it's harder to be a model out here than it is out on the
a lot harder to be a model in LA.
yeah, like what they said is like it's harder to be a model out here than being out on the West Coast. Like when you have that struggle and that, how do you guys like get through all that?
Travel. I mean, like
travel. Your individuality. Yeah. I went down to Florida like a few months ago. Florida is more tropical. There's not really many. Like up in Pittsburgh, there's not many like steel like atmospheres to like shoot at. So like you kind of just have to like, because like I did the shoot that I did down there was at the Dawn Caesar. So the Dawn Caesar is the only hotel that Oprah stays at whenever she's down there. It's just this, it's literally just this
name drop.
It's literally just this bright pink castle. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn that into a gothy theme. I had this pink and black Tiffany shirt, this black like skater skirt. I'm like, that's where I want to shoot. I'm like, but I'm gonna turn it gothy.
I mean, like the biggest thing that I can say, because I am a West Virginia girl, and it's very
I mean, it's hard. Hard. But like I've been doing this for 7 years now. So it's networking. Pulling out your feelers, just contacting everybody and just getting, I mean, like I do have to admit that Mandy, yes, Mandy, over there, crazy kitty, sorry. Kitty, sorry, kitty. Yeah, no, she was very interested in working with me as a photographer and put my name in the little raffle box. And Rebecca was like, okay, taking it. What's up, Nightmares and Dreams? Okay, what's up? Okay, they got a magazine too. All right, cool. And I was so excited. I was so excited to work with them. And I was like, this could be really huge for me. And they were so amazing. And I was just like, why me? I didn't understand it. I guess I don't know. But
so I got a couple photographers from Florida that hit me up that were more interested in like my like setting and stuff like that. You know, Florida's more beachy and tropical and shit like that. They're like, I'm interested in the work that you do. So like I'm sure like they're more than willing to come up here. To, like,
like, I feel like social media helps so much with networking too. You just gotta network.
It would have been a lot harder
like how to network.
Promote.
Network.
Not just that, also personal promotion.
Yes.
So you're gonna personally promote yourself too.
Yes. She's the pro at that.
That over there, always sharing.
Yep.
Always sharing our.
She's very good at talking to people in like face to face.
I've been a stripper for 6 years. I'm pretty good at talking to
you. Are too.
So have you? Can somebody get your guys' service even if they're international?
Hey guys, I was trying to say something.
The next question I have for you guys is, what happened if somebody from like overseas or international wants to get the models to come? Are you guys doing that as well? Are you willing to go out of the country for photo shoots?
So that's an expensive flight.
Yeah. Right now with COVID conditions.
I mean, if they're paying your whole way, would you go?
It would definitely depend on the circumstances, but if the circumstances would be right, I think absolutely that would be something that everyone would be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
The cost effectiveness balance though.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
She said it.
So, the last thing I would like to ask for you guys is, I know you guys have been so busy, especially with all the photo shoots and especially family and stuff like that. Has it ever got to a point where it's just been kind of hard to juggle, or do you guys just kind of lean on one another when one slips up, and you guys need someone?
A lot of leaning, so much leaning. I mean, again, that's where it comes down to being like family, because obviously we're all human. We all have our down times, our bad times, and we have our good times. And sometimes there's a couple of us that are stronger than the others, and really what makes us work.
And whenever it comes to juggling, all of us are hardworking women.
Yeah.
So whenever it comes down to it, we have to juggle the hard work and modeling, which is also hard work. But a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just picture taking."
They're just standing there like posing.
Like no, arch your back and throw your shoulders back and climb up on some shit and suck your stomach in.
I have fallen. Okay. Check TikTok. It's still on there. I kept it. I like modeling is hard. It's bruises. It's a workout.
This I ate shit.
I mean, it's no joke. We do some crazy stuff with these poses, and some of it's dangerous. I've fallen, like, I know a lot of you guys have probably injured yourself too. I know I'm accident prone. I should be bubble wrap. But yes.
Yeah, you too.
But
So, have you guys thought about doing your guys' photo shoot at Mill Creek Park at certain spots in Youngstown?
I have that.
Yeah, no pretty hard.
It's going on the list.
So we'll write it down right after. So Kitty's
Or,
gonna get it.
or at Nelson Ledges. Have you guys ever thought about going there as well?
That would be so awesome. It's like you just paired all of us. That's my favorite place. I love it.
Because I would like to see you guys do a photo shoot like Devil's Icebox or something.
Yeah, those were
I do boy dancing at Nelson's Ledges. So. But I
what?
Oh, wait.
That was okay. You should be boy dancing about you.
But I do consider, I can say this for a fact, like, I do respect these ladies for what they do, and then, like, I think they look at me sometimes, they're like, Jen, you need a hug. Because, I mean, I need a hug sometimes. With the group shoots and, like, everything they do, like, because I'm a group coordinator that I do photography, and I'm, like, shooting I like, last shoot, I shot 7 models, and then I shot as a model 4 times. That's a lot of work. So, I mean, juggling, yes, I got 2 kids, and plus, like, I got a magazine, everything. Like, I lean on me, like,
I got a really good question for you guys. Like, with me, after I get home from work and that, I like to have that like hour or 2 hours to wind down. Like, what do you guys do to like wind down after a shoot and a long day?
I smoke a lot of pot. Yeah. Smoke some 420. We get it's like that's my like middle-aged mom like glass of wine after work. Yeah, like yeah.
I like to drink and play video games.
We'll drink some wine, have
Definitely drink and play video games.
Have a glass of wine and watch a horror movie or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. I unpack, like, I'm really weird. I'm OCD, so I have to unpack the car. But as soon as the car's unpacked, then I go inside.
And you clean everything.
I eat everything. I eat a lot.
Clean.
Clean everything. Oh, okay. I do eat everything. Okay, I do. I mean, I eat. I'm lunch. But I do clean. I'm weird. I'm like one of those people that just gotta keep going. I gotta get stuff done. It's my ADHD, I guess, kicking in. But then afterwards, I'm like kick back and watch a horror movie, and that is my zone in, and it's always something that I watch 50,000 times.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
My go-to.
Literally every year, scary movies, new horror movies. Like I feel like we all do that.
Horror movies right there. That's my one. Give me all.
I feel like that's just one I all like examine. We just kind of. I can't get.
She gets enough horror video games with her zombies.
So have you thought about having the models do gaming?
Kitty gets enough horror with her zombies.
So has the Brutal Babes thought about making their own Twitch channel and actually start gaming as well?
I definitely thought of it. I have a Twitch. A lot of cats like to get a lot of and that's what Brutal Babes learned. I think that's definitely something we could explore further in the future.
It's literally basically YouTube and they basically.
Kitty is our main gamer. I unfortunately don't know anything about gaming. But
I'm really on the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a poor person, but I don't play video games.
I play video games. Once in a blue.
I watch them. Horror ones.
Not anything
color-wise.
A Call of Duty horror zombies.
Story-wise.
I made it to level 25 by myself once, and I felt unstoppable.
I can't. When I beat it, I'm like beating now. I'm really looking forward.
Literally, like I was running like a chicken with my head cut off. So like it was terrifying.
I can imagine.
I'm gonna try that.
Level 25 by yourself, it's scary.
So you have to. After all the doors are open, you just run in circles.
You were chilling on my pants earlier. Sleeping. There's a dog. There's a dog. Sorry.
So you guys are talking, but it's not going through.
Okay, we want to go ahead and let you guys know here at BTMX we want to let everyone and every one of you know that we thank you for each time you guys either do the photography or pose. I know a lot of those poses are hard to hold, so when somebody says it's so easy to be a model, they're full of shit. So, for you guys to be able to hold the pose and be calm and stay into that scene, that shows strength and patience. So for every time you guys do a photo, and if you guys watching, because we're live right now on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, know that when you see a model and you might like the picture, but you can only imagine what the model had to go through for you to get that amazing picture that you're seeing.
I did a headstand on a pile of bricks. Yeah. For a minute. They had to hug me up, and then it was a countdown, and everybody got on the bricks.
Yeah, it was beautiful though. It was worth. It's well worth it. I'm sorry about your head, but it was worth it. I love your head though.
So like that time we did the blood bath shoot. There was like 30. It was probably about 30 degrees outside. We did a blood bath shoot, like there was like a little red like bath bomb in it, and the water was hot, like starting, and there was like 4 of us. And the photographer, she's like, all right, she's like, who wants to get in the water while it's still hot? I'm like, me. I'm like, first dibs, like me. Like while the water is still warm.
So also going back to the whole cannabis thing. All you viewers at home, if you're going back to the cannabis, you notice how they're all saying that they smoke. Actually, they actually have marijuana jewelry. If you guys don't know that, then you guys need to go over and look at the Brutal Business page. You can go ahead and get some pot earrings with a pot necklace and be stoned as shit. While looking at Brutal Babes. Remember the order as you're scrolling.
Stop. I'm not used to this. I'm so sorry.
Like I don't wear earrings. Apparently, it looks funny on me when I wear big bushy earrings. But I guess for women out there, shut up. But for women out there, if you guys want stylish earrings that have marijuana on it, definitely go look over at their page. You'll see them there. They have ones with the lace underneath of them. I think you guys.
I also have there's also necklaces in there for people that don't necessarily want to wear the earrings. There's necklaces and spiked chains and.
I know I bought the spiked chains.
Yeah, that's what I have one too. Yeah. Spike chains, and the spike chains have the little charm on there with the leaf on it. You heard of that?
Now, have you ever? Do you guys? I haven't seen any rings yet. I know a lot of my fans have been asking. Do you guys make rings?
No, I don't currently make rings. If you want to do a custom, I can hook you up with one, but that's not something that I offer in my shop. But if you want a custom, just let me know.
And one of the questions were how much for is it just based on how custom they want it, or is there like a starting price to start with?
If we're talking rings, it would be cost, time, and cost. The cost would be based on time, materials, and shipping as well. But I don't have like a set price because it depends on what you're looking for.
So everyone, you heard that. We also got Rain with "We Love You All." So I want to tell you one more time. I want to tell you guys so much. Thank you for coming and spending time with us here at the Underground Show on BTMX, part of our 24-hour meltdown. So thank you guys so much for being a part of our show tonight. I can't wait for more and more of you guys' shoots. If you guys don't know who these guys are, then you're not paying attention to BTMX or Brutal Business Babes. We share their content every time it's released on all our pages, including our sister pages, like Soul Snatchers page. You can find it. You can also find it on their gaming page. You can find it at our modeling page. So you can find it at Brutal Business. You can see them on TikTok, Instagram. They're everywhere. There's no excuse for you not to know each and every one of these lovely ladies in your heart. So we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. And I want to tell you one more time, thank you so much for joining us. And we love you guys.
Thank you.
And hope you guys have a great night.
You too.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
while they're waiting. Motherfucker! Come on. Come on. Put him in. Where am I trying to go?
We roll up on your street, mask on like it's Halloween. Put your rats in the bag like it's trick or treat. Front doorstep, I keep the shotgun pumping. Light you up, take the top off your head like a pumpkin. No, let them get it! Excuse me, I'm heartless, you know I can't feel. I'll be the bad guy, the villain, the heel. I am the devil, I don't need a deal. I'm gonna show you that monsters are real. I don't need to wait until Halloween. I'll be the monster of